Welcome back to Crono Heritage. Today, we are not just looking at a watch. We are holding a definitive artifact from the golden era of industrial design. We're diving deep into this Bulova Vintage Automatic 25 jewels, a piece that emerged directly from the vibrant, rule-breaking spirit of the 1970s. Take a moment to truly observe the architecture of its case. In this era, watchmaking bravely decided to abandon the polite, traditional circular shapes that defined the previous decades. Instead, they embraced bolder, almost brutalist geometry. This specific cushioned design, crafted from solid, substantial stainless steel, speaks of a ruggedness meant for daily wear. Yet it maintains that sophisticated elegance we now categorize as sport chic. But the true protagonist here is the dial. Look at how it catches the light. That silver sunburst finish hasn't just survived, it has evolved. Under the effect of decades of UV exposure and the slow passage of time, it has mutated into a warm, honest champagne tone. This patina is what we serious collectors call the soul of the watch. It is absolutely not a flaw. It is time's own authentic signature, a unique fingerprint certifying that we are looking at an original, unrestored piece that keeps its narrative intact since the day it left the manufacture floor. To truly appreciate the weight of this watch on your wrist, one must understand what the name Bulova meant back then. Founded by the visionary immigrant Joseph Bulova in New York City in 1875, this brand was never just another watch company. It was an American engine of innovation. While the great Swiss houses focused on artisanal individual tradition, Bulova revolutionized the industry by introducing mass standardization of parts, democratizing high precision for the first time. By the time the 1970s arrived, the brand was living through a fascinating high-stakes duality. On one front, their electronic Accutron technology was conquering space with NASA and redefining accuracy on Earth. But on the other front, they refused to abandon their mechanical soul. They continued refining their traditional automatic movements to compete toe-to-toe with Swiss high horology. This specific 25-jewel specimen is a testament to that mechanical resistance. In an era where the entire world was beginning to look toward the cheaper quartz oscillator, Bulova decided to double down on quality, endowing this model with a jewel count significantly higher than the standard of the day. It is the perfect hybrid, American industrial ambition powered by Swiss-inspired precision. Let's mentally open the case back and go down to the micromotor level. The caliber 11A NACB beating inside is a marvel of period reliability. It operates at a frequency of 21,600 vibrations per hour. This means the seconds hand moves with a steady, comforting heartbeat of 6 steps per second. This specific beat rate gives it that characteristic mechanical sweep, smoother than a slow beat vintage piece, yet more relaxed than a frenetic modern high beat movement. But the real question is, why 25 jewels? In 1970s watchmaking, a 17-jewel watch was already considered fully jeweled for a standard manual wind. Bulova went further. By raising the count to 25, they chose to protect additional critical friction points, particularly in the automatic winding bridge and the gear train. This translates very simply to less metal-on-metal wear, greater longevity, and more stable precision over decades. Furthermore, observe the date window at the 3 o'clock position. In these models, the date change is a reminder of tactile engineering. It's a crisp, mechanical jump, not a digital slide. Every time you unscrew the crown to set the time, you feel the physical resistance of decades of engineering designed to last not just a lifetime, but generations. Talking about value in a vintage Bulova like this is talking about smart, astute collecting in today's market. In a landscape saturated with modern reissues and inaccessible prices, the savvy collector looks for authenticity. On platforms like Chrono24 or eBay, these pieces are currently experiencing a renaissance as hidden gems. While comparable vintage pieces from Rolex or Omega have climbed to prohibitive investment-grade prices, this Bulova offers an equivalent build quality and pure 70s design DNA for a fraction of the cost. It is an incredibly versatile watch. It pairs perfectly with the cuff of a tailored suit or with casual weekend wear. In both scenarios, it projects a vintage sophistication that a modern smartwatch will never be able to replicate. When you turn your wrist and see how the light plays with that high-domed acrylic crystal, creating those warm, charming distortions at the edges, you understand why we are here. It's not just about knowing what time it is, it's about feeling the weight of history on your arm. This Bulova Vintage Automatic is more than just steel and rubies. It is a tangible bridge to an era where durability was the standard and design knew no limits. When you wear it, you are carrying the commitment of a brand that helped define modern watchmaking. Whether you are looking for your very first vintage watch, or if you are an experienced collector seeking a piece with genuine character and history, this 25-jewel Bulova is an impeccable choice. Thank you for joining us for this deep dive into history. Do not forget to subscribe so we can continue protecting the legacy of time together. Because a watch doesn't just measure time, it guards a legacy. This is Crono Heritage.